back to New Hanover County Schools Television's high school basketball. I'm Don Osterbo, now joined by former Ashley High School coach Webb Guthrie. Great to have you out here, Webb.
Don, glad to be here. It's good to walk in this gym just to hear the sounds of the gym again, the whistles blowing, the balls bouncing. I think we're going to have a fun game tonight.
Certainly are. This game is the rubber match. It's 1-1. Earlier this year at the Brogdon fifth place ball game, the Laney Bucks took it 63-56 here in this gym. And about 14 days ago over at Hoggard High School, the identical gym with just a little bit of different coloring and some markings on the floor, the Buccaneers had defeat 55-41, and the Vikings got that victory at home. It was a tough ball game. Tonight, it's anybody's ball game. It's Mid-Eastern Conference basketball, crosstown rivalry, regardless. But who's going to take the rubber match and go up by one?
Yeah, not a whole lot of secrets tonight. Two great coaches in this game. I think they know what each other's going to do. I think Hoggard just wants to slow the game down, get the ball in a low possession game. On the opposite end, Laney and Eric Davis, he wants to speed it up. I think he's going to bring pressure early, get those young guys rattled a little bit, and, you know, pressure brings turnovers and leads to easy baskets. So not a whole lot of secrets. Should be a good basketball game tonight.
And if you haven't seen either one of these guys on the coach and coaching and walking the sidelines, Coach Queen, slow, steady, walking up and down the sideline. Coach Davis, he's playing defense, and he's jumping up and down. He's moving. He's even more animated than Coach All is on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're two different guys. Coach Queen's kids are going to execute. He knows the X's and O's well. They're going to follow through and execute his game plan. Eric Davis, I've never seen his team not play hard. That's the best I can say about him. He's always going to have his guys playing hard, and there's a lot to be said about that from a coach.
And tonight is Coaches versus Cancer night. We see all the coaches in their sneakers and drawing big money for cancer research, and see if we can one day, I'd love it to happen in my lifetime, to end the dreaded C word.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's affecting just about probably everybody in this gym tonight.
That's what Chantar and I spoke about before, and we did have a very great Laney High School Hall of Fame induction earlier.
Yeah, a quick shout out to Darren Dickinson. I remember watching him as a freshman in high school, and talk about playing with passion. He was fun to watch.
Certainly was, and Darren posthumously inducted, just recently passing, and his teammates all gathered from the '99 state championship team that lost at West Charlotte, and Darren's father, Cedric, led the ceremony, and a very powerful, emotional ceremony that was. And the Vikings being announced their starting lineup: sophomore guard Cameron Blanks, sophomore guard number 5 Sebastian Heredia, Hedera, number 22 senior who's been the steady guy for the Vikings this year, Tyler Matlock, and a piece of the puzzle that was missing back at Hoggard on the 12th is number 31 junior Chris Tootle. Rounding out the starting lineup is a young man that's a senior that we've talked, junior that you talked about earlier. You like his ball game. It's Jackson Massey.
Yeah, Jackson Massey, a young kid, watched him play at the JV level, plays hard, has an inside-out game, can knock down the three, plays hard inside. You know, one kid you just mentioned, Chris Tootle, I'd like to see them go inside to him early. He's their highest field goal percentage at 51%. Like to see him get going down low and really establish a pace for them early in this ball game.
And he's going to really make a difference also in the defensive end, guarding big-time player, sophomore Mark McLaurin, who leads the Bucks.
Yeah, I think last matchup, I believe McLaurin had 31. Big night from him. I think Hoggard, you know, it'll be a big matchup on him. I think they might go zone early. They play a little bit of 2-3. A little bit of 1-3-1. I think they're going to try to go zone early just to get the pace of this game established. Hoggard wants it in the half court. They want to slow the game down, make it fewer possessions, and really execute in those possessions.
And the Buccaneers starting lineup, junior guard number 1, Cam Sidbury. He's joined by senior guard number 3, Davis Crenshaw. Then junior guard, brother of Cam, number 5, Sherrod Sidbury. And number 22, junior forward, Javon Dillard. And rounding out that starting lineup is the sophomore forward, Mark McLaurin. Our referees for this ball game are the same crew they ref the girls' game, the headman, Mr. Brian Ahmad, and he's assisted by Andy Ramp and Jeff Wainick. And we got a packed house here at Michael Jordan Gymnasium. Let's see how the boxers work it out here in this first couple of minutes, see how they get feelings going on. Slow going in the first 2 ball games, only having 9 points each team in the quarter. Matlock thinks about a 3. Sidbury pushes him baseline, turnover. And there you go. Webb, you talked about it, turnovers are the key.
Yeah, I think that turnover game is going to be huge tonight. The first matchup, Hoggard had 26 to Laney's 11. The second one, they were dead even at 19. I think that's a big stat to watch tonight. Who's going to have the fewest turnovers and handle the basketball?
And Hoggard, of course, big-time possession. Laney likes to get up and down so they could handle maybe a little bit more turnovers. Mark McLaurin getting them on the boards right away.
Here comes the press.
Sidbury sends it to the spectators along the baseline. And they come out in the man press. Cameron Blanks be responsible for a lot of the ball handling. We'll see Trey Hauser come off the bench as well, and then Jameer Shaw. There, pull up, buckets.
Good pull up there by the sophomore.
Yeah, he comes in averaging just under 9 points.
Yeah, Don, he's their leading scorer. I think he's averaging about 9 points. He's shooting about 32% from three-point range, leading in the team as well.
Yeah, I remember him as an 8th grader being a pretty tough player for the Roland Grice Knights.
Yeah, I'm expecting a big game from him tonight if Hoggard's going to keep this game in it, stay in it. He's not afraid to shoot it. I like how he lives for those moments.
Hit some big shots in the last ball game.
Here's Hoggard in the 2-3 zone.
And that should stay Buck basketball.
Laney's also shooting about 42% from the year, Don. It'd be good to see them make some shots out of this zone tonight.
And that was the off-ball foul, I believe, is on Mark McLaurin on the illegal screen. And screening in the zone. The Vikings were in a zone defense, and McLaurin picks up an illegal screen in the zone.
Yeah, Hoggard plays some interesting zones. They play that 2-3 and like to trap when the ball goes in the corner.
Sidbury, contact.
Good pass.
And there's the thing that is important with two to win the ball game. That's being a presence down low and pulling boards.
Yeah, and again, there's Laney's first turnover of the night.
Blanks. Calling it pretty soft here, quick. That looked a little inadvertent.
Yeah, I've never liked those foul calls. You got a foul call 90 feet of the floor from the basket. I like to see them let the kids play a little bit in a rival game.
Tootle picks up his first. Hoggard still in the zone.
Laney kind of going to a high-low action in that zone offensively here.
And that was Arion Smith with the off shot. You know, the thing about Laney is outside shooting. It's smart to sit in the zone. Laney does not have a really true shooter unless Reese Edwards comes off the bench.
Yeah, you got Reese Edwards. He shoots the ball pretty well for him. I think the Billingsley kid's a pretty decent shooter, but right now, Don, you got McLaurin out of the game. Their big boys out. There's no real down-low presence out of that zone.
Hoggard with another forced turnover. As I said before, they're going to be feeling each other out, and they've kind of done that here for the last 3.5 minutes. Hoggard looks like a little reach, but the ball stays with the Vikings. It'll be Viking ball underneath. Kyrie Cobb coming in, and Reese Edwards. Number 14, Cobb, and number 24, Edwards. And then Parker Nolan, number 23, along with Evan Manning, number 30, for the Vikings.
Good substitution for Laney right there. Speaking of Reese Edwards, there in that zone, he brought a shooter in the game.
And Reese can get hot.
Yeah, he can knock down an open shot.
Parker Nolan inside, gets the roll. Parker, senior forward, averaging just under 3 points a ball game. Trey Hauser up off the bench for the Vikings. Way out for Cam Sidbury. He's short. Hauser will check in to Cameron Blanks. Trey Hauser got injured right at the start of the last ball game. He doesn't have his hand wrapped, or I guess it looks like he does have the fingers wrapped on the right hand still. And he wasn't able to return. It happened probably within the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, he's a quality young man, Don. Pretty good wide receiver in football as well.
Yeah, I remember reading his name in the score line quite often after the football season. Hoggard buckets from 3. Oh, that was a 2. It looks it was a 3. Sidbury's leaner doesn't fall. Hauser comes the other way. One more. Evan Manning, wide body, taking up space. Hoggard picks up the garbage, gets it home. That's going to cause Coach Davis take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. All right, Coach.
Good timeout for Eric. That's a good timeout for Eric Davis there.
Yes.
Story early. Sebastian Hoggard hit some big shots. He's playing high energy. Laney's got to find something in that zone, really settle down. That last shot they took was really an early shot. You're about 3 steps outside the three-point line. I'd like to see them get their bigs in here and maybe establish something down low. Maybe get Chris Tittle in foul trouble some down low.
Yeah, Lawrence Newkirk is going to enter the ball game, number 20 for the Bucks. But their offense runs through Mark McLaurin. He averages 16, pretty much double anybody else on the team. And when he's on the bench, their offense just kind of doesn't have a place. And both times I've watched them play, they need somebody, two other players to really step up.
I think tonight Cam Sidbury is one. Both the Sidbury brothers, but I think Cam Sidbury needs to have a good game. Both those brothers are 2 of the best athletes on this team. They need to have a good game and lead this team for them to be successful tonight. It's got to come from them.
And Edwards didn't get the foul away by the Vikings. And that's Evan Manning. That's the 3rd Viking team foul. Davis Crenshaw's got to get the ball in. McLaughlin goes to the rack. Mark McLaurin can't get the fall.
Good aggressive move there. I'd like to see him go into that contact a little bit instead of shying away from it.
Looks like somehow his feet didn't stay under him that well. Josh Jones into the ball game, number 15. As well as number 21, Jameer Shaw. Backdoor cut. Parker Nolan finds the quarterback. Jones with 2 points. Kyrie Cobb. Jameer Shaw fouled by Davis Crenshaw. Laney just doesn't look in sync at all on the offensive end.
Yeah, they got to play with an energy. Even that last shot, Don, you got to have guys crashing the board. That shot goes up, you got 3 guys standing on the three-point line. These young guys got to go after the basketball. That's something young kids, they got to get a lot better at. The ball goes up, attack the glass.
Backdoor cut by Jameer Shaw, can't handle the pass. Hauser front rims it, there's a push off. It's Evan Manning picking up his second foul. 4th team foul for the Vikes. Bryce Aarons, number 20, checking in for Coach Queen. Four low. Davis Crenshaw handling it up top. Back pick. McLaurin not open. Tough play.
Really good move here. Good balance, good footwork by the young sophomore.
Jameer Shaw from the baseline corner. Josh Jones runs down the rebound. Vikings reset. Under a minute to play in the first. High pick by Parker Nolan. Trey Hauser. Josh Jones left alone in the corner, but Bryce Aarons will shoot it from there. Irons with the left-hand scoop, can't get it to go. Bucks come the other way. And one, nope. Fouls on the floor earlier. Tate Bagley checks in, Tootle back in.
Got Sherrod Sidbury coming back in. I like to see them get him going a little bit.
Sloppy ball handling. .30-second timeout called on the court. Tate Bagley tried to keep possession, smart play. But once again, you know, Laney's got 2 buckets, both of them by McLaurin.
Yeah, just the tempo of this game right now. You know, we said in the beginning, Don Hoggard wants to slow it down. This game is definitely their advantage, this pace right now. Laney's got to get some baskets to get it going, though. They're going to press on made baskets a lot, so they got to put the ball in the hoop to get into that press.
Yeah, you got to shoot the ball and make it.
You got to shoot the ball and make it. Again, I like that last possession they had with the big boy down low. Good balance there. I like to see them go down to him a lot there.
And I agree with you. The Sidbury brothers have the athleticism. I'd like to see them get a little bit more creative, maybe drive a little bit more, at least pick up a foul.
Well, I think if you see Hoggard stay in that zone, I think eventually you're going to see Sherrod Sidbury at the elbow. The ball needs to go to him in the middle at the elbow. He can work in spacing.
Cobb knocks it away. Bryce Aarons, brother of a former Hoggard left-hand sharpshooter, Lawson Aarons. Got 10 to go. Tootle, ball up high, get the Matlock. Aarons, good dump down to Tootle. Tootle with the finish.
Good pass, good ball movement right there.
And the first quarter of action dominated.
Yeah, 13-4 here, Hoggard. You know, a lot of what we said, field goal possession. They've got a few quality baskets, turnovers. I've got Laney at 3 already to Hoggard's 1. They're winning both those categories. They're also setting the tempo early at a slower pace. Advantage Hoggard right now.
Yes, and Laney's got to be shooting something 30%, 25% at the most.
I think they're going to figure it out right here. I think Hoggard, if Hoggard's going to stay in that zone, I think you're going to see Sidbury at that high elbow. Get the ball to him, maybe McLaurin down low. Little elbow, down low action between their 2 best athletes.
Yeah, they got to do something to get something going on the offensive end of the court. Papa John's Pizza, better ingredients, better pizza. They make this broadcast possible. And ESPN Wilmington, AM 630, 95.9 on your FM dial. Thank you for their sponsorship of New Hanover County Schools Television's high school basketball.
Start your day with New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show. This Rise and Shine program will put a smile on your face and a spring in your step. Best of all, you'll start the day a little smarter, knowing more about our district leaders and teachers, discovering new frontiers in science and technology, and getting the latest school news from across the district. New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show, educating all viewers to achieve today and tomorrow in a global community. Only on this channel.
And we're back. Switch to action. 2-3 zone.
Little high-low action again by Laney, flashing at the high elbow.
Right, they have Dillard and Mark McLaurin working the blocks in the paint. Sidbury drives baseline, hangs. Knocked out of bounds by Matlock. Sidbury, I've seen him make some really super athletic moves on the offensive end, but he just almost, he doesn't convert as much, and it's one of those, ooh, almost.
Well, you know, he's the best athlete on this floor. You know, I'd like to see his outside game improve a little bit. I think the more that opens up, the more he's going to be a dangerous player. You see his body. I mean, he's got a Division I level body on him.
Yes.
Again, I'd like to see him at that high elbow in there, really getting the ball to him in there, letting him create off that elbow if they're going to stay in that 2-3 zone.
Blanks back in.
Hoggard's done a good job swinging the ball both sides of the floor. Good ball movement, good sharp passes, not a lot of dribbling.
And which is, you know, difference in comparison to the first two games. The first game here, Laney really was able to make things work, and then the last game, as you said, Hoggard kind of controlled, and at one time, you know, Laney was down 11 points, and ended up taking it to overtime. Hoggard able to prevail in overtime. Sidbury
got it in the elbow, kicked it right back out.
Yeah, that's Tyler Matlock picking up the foul. That's the 5th team foul for the Vikes. Sidbury to Sidbury. Inside outside ball game. Sidbury's got to go to the hole. Way to get down. That's a jump ball. And the Bucks pick it up. Correction. Possession for the Vikes. Reese Edwards checking back in.
Full court pressure here by Laney. Let's see if they can force a turnover here.
Easily broken.
Good job getting the ball in the middle of the floor.
Adair picks up his dribble. Blanks helps him out. Blanks with the drive. And one. Cameron Blanks. Fouls on Davis Crenshaw. That's Crenshaw's second. Only 3rd foul for the Buccaneers. Cameron Blanks shoot the and one. Blanks only 58%, and we talked about it earlier, 52% is what the Vikings come in shooting free throws. That's just not a good possession on offense. And then you get a push.
Yeah, you go back to that free throw line. Watch that tonight from Hoggard as well. Shooting 52% as a team. Sebastian Adair is leading them with 74%. Overall, they're really not shooting it well from there. I think they're going to get to the foul line a lot tonight. They need to really convert at a higher percentage there.
The 4th team foul for the Vikes. And that was Javon Dillard picking up the foul again. The press. Jesse Howard into the ball game. Correction, Cole McCarthy, number 12. It's one thing that Coach Davis plays, he pretty much plays his whole entire team.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to press up tempo, you better have a lineup to go deep. He likes to do it. You know, I've seen Eric Davis play as many as 12 guys deep, constantly subbing, pressing full court, 90 feet of the floor. When it's working, it's fun to watch, Don.
Adair goes hard to the rack. He's fouled.
Good hard move there by the sophomore.
And he's got 9. Chance to go to double figures. And that was Cam Sidbury picking up his first. Team's 5th. Sebastian shoots 74%. He's the best Viking free throw shooter. Can't convert. Drives baseline, contact, but a little out of control. Looks like he's a little stumbling. Cam Sidbury. Tootle rebound. And the putback timeout, injury timeout. Cam Sidbury hurt.
Really good timeout there. I think Eric Davis called that 30-second
timeout,
okay. Don. Really good timeout.
I thought they called it for Sidbury. He was hobbling up after.
You know, one thing about this Hoggard zone, they're playing 2-3. You really got to show Hoggard different looks. If you stay in that same high-low look, they're going to get comfortable in how they're guarding it. Really confusing them, showing them some different looks offensively, maybe some zone offensive sets in it. Give them something to guard different.
He's got to mix it up. And once again, you know, we're talking that shooting percentage is probably in the high teens now.
High teens, you know, they're 42% as a team. Again, that shooting percentage tonight is key to watch. You know, that ball in the high elbow, Laney's got it in there a few times. You really want to see guys when they catch that ball strong, really do a front pivot or reverse pivot, face the rim, see what they have. When that guy catches it at the high elbow and throws it right back out, there's no point in throwing it in there.
No, because you take yourself out of at a threat position.
Absolutely.
And, you know, Vikings now with the 16-point lead.
Really like to see Laney get a good possession out of that timeout there by Eric Davis. Really get something established here. They need a basket.
And now we got Sidbury at the high post.
There you go. Need to flash him to that elbow, put him in there, let him work off of it.
He had the chance to do the blow by, but not much room. Trap pushed on the baseline. Good defense by Matlock.
Turnover.
Sidbury doesn't want to pick up a silly foul in the backcourt. Blanks drives, and you're going to call a illegal screen on Tootle.
Good call there by the referee.
Yeah, Tootle sealed him, but then he kept moving with his body. It's a 17 foul, but on the player control foul, they're not going to give the free throw.
Laney's got to settle down here and get a good look. Last possession, a turnover. They've got Sidbury on that low block now. Would like to see him with the ball in the middle. Flash him to that high elbow. There he is.
And then he's open.
Hard ball movement, hard ball movement.
He's got to work, too, to get open. Kind of just drifted around on the court. Foul on the floor. 1-1. Sherrod Sidbury.
Hoggard's going to stay in that zone. He's got to be aggressive. I'd like to see more of that, him catching, going to the rim hard.
Yeah, because if you're not going to hit from the perimeter, you're going to have to make an attack the basket.
Absolutely. He's their best athlete. They need to have more of that from him.
Hoggard subs. Now on the court, Josh Jones, Parker Nolan, Bryce Aarons, Jameer Shaw, and Trey Hauser, countered by Sherrod Sidbury, Kyrie Cobb, Javon Dillard, Cole McCarthy, and Reese Edwards. Reese Edwards' sister got a big win in the girls' game earlier. Looks like Cam Sidbury's back moving pretty well.
Shout out to Jensen Edwards, his sister.
Yeah, Jensen had a good ball game and a huge ball game from the freshman Nia Rivers.
Don, I had older sister Bailey Edwards years ago at Noble. She's a soccer player at UNCW. Shout out to her as well.
Oh, yeah. Sherrod knocks both of them home. Both Bailey and Jensen are ballers. I guarantee you Reese don't win many games in the driveway.
I was just wondering who wins a game of horse. I think their dad shoots it pretty good too.
Oh yeah, I know. I think he played some college ball. Ball stays with the Vikes. Pressure on Aaron's mid-court. Vikings very patient on offense. Bucks need some sort of momentum swinger here. Yep, there's almost a steal that they needed. Jameer Shaw drives, hangs, he's fouled. Cole McCarthy picks up the foul.
Good move by the young sophomore there, Jameer Shaw. He's one I was excited to watch tonight. Good athletic body, quality young player, has a pretty decent shot outside as well, Don.
Yeah, he's got that long body. They list him at 6'2". I think he's a little taller than 6'2", but his arms probably are more like a 6'5", 6'6" reach.
Absolutely. He'll be fun to watch over the next couple of years.
And like we said before, they got a couple sophomores out there doing some great work. Shaw, Blanks, Hedera. And then Hauser's also a sophomore, right?
I believe Hauser's a senior, correct, Don?
Sophomore.
Trey Hauser?
Yeah. To make that a senior, I just didn't. Maybe I can't read my handwriting very well.
I believe he's a senior. I believe so.
Yeah.
His older brother works with me at Snipes Academy.
Okay. And your day job as a school counselor? There he is in the high post.
Good job in the high post. Good face of the basket.
And everything looks good until the finish.
That's the move they want. Got it, him in the middle. Good hard move at the basket.
Foul on Cam Sidbury.
Hoggard's now in the bonus. Both teams in the bonus with 2:40 left in the half here.
Quarterback Josh Jones shoots 63% from the free throw line. And Jones can't convert on the one-on-one. His big shot, he hangs, but Sidbury gets another chance for the free throw line. And Mark McLaurin has been 4 points, and Sidbury 2 free throws.
Yeah, good move there getting to the foul line. That's at least 2 in a row getting there. I think he's starting to figure out where he needs to be in this game.
If he can hit the free throws, that's clutch. But they can't win the game by making ones.
No, they can't. They can't. You go back to that last foul shot down here at the foul line. Hoggard's got to put those foul shots in. Don't give them any room to come back here.
No basket violation. And that was a violation on Kyrie Cobb. Blanks has had no trouble with the pressure.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job just getting the ball in the middle of the floor. All you young kids watching, stay off the sideline and get the ball in the middle of the floor. Good things happen.
Parker Nolan on the illegal screen. And again, a player control foul. Will not send us to the line.
I'd like to see some hard ball passes until Sidbury opens up the middle there.
A little out of control, able to playing soccer with it. Viking defense, though. Bryce Aarons. His first basket.
Good finish. Turnovers lead to easy baskets on the other end, Don.
And the Vikings have taken advantage of plenty of turnovers on the Buccaneer end. Newkirk fouled. He's going to shoot 2. That foul's on Bryce Aarons. When the team's only shooting 50% from the free throw line, it's not a big deal to foul. Newkirk.
Good shot right there.
And Lawrence Newkirk's a freshman. Adara Matlock Massey check back in.
He makes this shot, the pressure will come here. I'd like to see him put this one in. Here we go. Blank's having no problem handling that ball pressure right now, Don.
And 4, easy layup. Josh Jones now with 4. They keep doing the pressure, keeps being a man pressure. And Blanks is just simply, Reese Edwards is not going to be able to run and guard Cameron Blanks.
Well, and it's one of those, Hoggard's in that zone. You got to show him some different looks. You got to show him some zone sets. You got to flash some different things. I like that Sidbury's in the middle right now, but you can't be standing around. You got to make hard passes and ball movement to get that middle open, Don.
Yeah, and he can't just be one-dimensional once he gets the ball. He's got to be driving and also looking for the dump to somebody who's collapsed, because he's going to get collapsed on.
Yeah, good pass
there
right
we
there.
Go, yeah.
Good high-low action.
And Newkirk fouled.
Yeah, you're right about that, Don. I'd like to see him catch and have a little more urgency. See what he's got, make a hard move, a good jab, and go. He's got the athleticism on his first step. He's going to beat most kids on this court.
Yeah, certainly. And that foul was on Josh Jones. That's his first. That's 10th team foul on the Vikings. The Bucks are in the double bonus. Newkirk can't convert, so it's a good foul. Newkirk 1 for 2. Under a minute to play. Tyler Matlock been quiet so far this ball game. Coach Queen looks like he may be looking for a last shot. They run a little Princeton Petey Carrill backdoor cuts. Adara off the glass. Nice kiss.
Good shot there by the sophomore. Good job wrapping off that screen to the basket, showing a hand.
And he goes to double figures with 11. Nice dump. Newkirk fouled. I believe the body's going to go against.
Good job by the freshman. He's been a little spark for him here coming in.
Yeah, Josh Jones picks up his second foul. And they've done that twice. The high-low pass. And Newkirk's either gotten himself a trip to the free throw line, right, or a bucket.
Absolutely. If they're going to play that zone, especially if you're not shooting the ball well, get it inside.
Gets his own rebound. And there's a hold, a push on Tyler Matlock. And that'll get 2 free throws for Newkirk again. And they could make this, cut the lead in half. Look at a 14-point lead on this make with 11 to go. Get a stop on the other end. And they've basically tripled their production in the last 2.5 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, good spark by Newkirk. They got it down low. He's been at the foul line. He's knocked down some foul shots.
Newkirk 5 for 8 from the
got a turnover.
free throw line, and there we go. Crenshaw's going to have to get it up.
Good job.
And that was the best ball movement and the best the Bucks looked in the last minute and a half of the ball game.
Don,
here.
the last minute is what they want. It got a little more up-tempo. They got some pressure, got a turnover, got the ball down low, got to the foul line and made some shots. That's the tempo Laney wants to play at the whole second half.
Exactly, up and down, and they've been able to chip into the lead. It's with making a 12-point ball game going into half. And behind really some Lawrence Newkirk free throws. And that shot Rod Sidbury going to the high post, as you talked about him going. He got himself a couple trips to the free throw line. There he gets a fast break basket. And then Sebastian Hedera leading the Vikings. We'll be right back right after we thank these sponsors. Tonight's ball game is made possible with the support of Papa John's Pizza. ESPN Radio, AM 630, 95.9 FM. And we'll be right back with the second half, right after this.
Get connected with your school system. Your School News covers news that matters for parents, guardians, and Greater New Hanover County. Telling the stories of student achievers.
Health science teachers Sonia Thigpen and April Ward announced that all 10 of their Laney health science students who took the Certified Nursing Assistance test passed both the written and skills CNA certification requirements.
Highlighting partnerships in discovery.
Captivated the minds of every student involved. Building and programming the robots was a challenging activity which had results they could see with their own eyes.
Featuring those events that prepare children for success in life. Your School News brings viewers more than 8 hours of school news and information, reporting on what's happening in the district, what students are learning, how the school system operates, and beyond. Your School News, only on this channel.
We're back at Michael Jordan Gymnasium. Don Osterbo joined by Webb Guthrie. All right, Webb, we got a 12-point ball game. Laney started playing Laney basketball in the last minute and a half or so. Right now they've been led by Lawrence Newkirk with 7, and on the Viking side, Sebastian Hedera has 12.
Yeah, 2 things for me, Don. One, I know both these coaches well. I know at the halftime they just got an inspired Eric Davis in that locker room. I want to see who on his team is going to come out and play with his kind of passion and match it. Brett Queen's recognized they've got a lot of easy baskets off ball screens. Laney's not doing a good job communicating, talking, and hedging those screens. And I know Brett's recognized that. He's going to keep going to it until they stop it.
Yeah, and he's going to keep playing in the 2-3 offense until basically they can hit a jumper.
I'd like to see him finish the same way they did that last minute and a half. Do a little hollow action, get it at the elbow to an athlete, work off of it, get to the foul line.
And Laney will come out with Cameron Sidbury, Sherrod Sidbury, Davis Crenshaw, Mark McLaurin, and Javon Dillard.
Who's going to come out and set the pace early for them? Down by 12 at home, a big game on the back half of the Mid-Eastern Conference for them. They need a win tonight.
And Vikings counter with their same starting lineup of Hedera, Massey, Matlock, Tootle, and Blanks. And I agree with you what you said during the break, that when they do try to press, I'm covering Blanks with Cam Sidbury.
Oh, absolutely. Cam Sidbury is one of the best athletes on this floor. If they're going to press and Blanks is going to get the ball, I'm putting Cam Sidbury on him and putting some pressure on him. He has the speed and athleticism to stay with him. He's got too much spacing right now. He's handling it and breaking it way too easily.
Inside to Dillard. Made a double.
Turnover early. Got to catch that ball and go up with it strong. No second guessing there.
Exactly. He looked like he just hesitated and didn't really. He was like, well, do I go to the rack or do I pass the ball? And then he got himself caught up in the middle and he was in no man's land.
Davis Crenshaw, pretty good defender here too. That's not a bad move, putting him on Blanks.
And there's the block by Dillard.
Got to get out and hedge that. That foul is called because he is late on that hedge. He's got to get up a step higher.
and we had about 24 fouls called in the first half of action. And that's usually what you describe. When you get there late, you're most likely going to pick up the foul.
Yeah, just in bad position.
And Tootle from Hedera. Tootle's got 6. Massey with the board.
I'd like to see him go down to Tootle low here, get him established. He's their highest field goal percentage at 51. Be patient. There he is in the post.
And that's something the Bucks really wish they could have back right there. Cam Sidbury on a break.
I'd like to see Hoggard slow down this possession, get good action, work off that off-ball screen, maybe get Tootle posted up down low here.
Matlock inbounds. Crenshaw way out on blanks.
Watch blanks get the screen here.
Matlock open, back iron. Sidbury with the board. Bucks come the other way, but then they force it, okay.
Not a bad look on that land. Tyler Matlock's their second leading percentage scorer. Good open 3.
Nice defense by Tootle. I think Mark's got to get a little wider when he's posting up there and putting Tootle on his back more. He allowed Tootle just kind of step around him. Dillard picks up his 3rd. Second team foul already.
That foul line is going to be big for Hoggard in this second half. Keep that lead. They got to make foul shots here. You know, again, Don, we talk about turnovers. First minute, 40 and a half. That's 2 quick turnovers by Laney.
And turnovers lead to extra opportunities for the other team. Cameron Blanks. Putting together, he's at his season average of 3. Knocks that one home.
He's having a pretty good game right now, running the offense, doesn't force a lot, just lets the game come to him.
Right, and by him not forcing things, he doesn't create turnovers.
Absolutely, that's an example of a young man knowing his role. Great job coaching by Brett Queen. He does a good job of defining each of those young men's role on this basketball team.
Blanks, the runner. Sherrod Sidbury, that's where he needs to do. Get it in space, take his athleticism, and go to the hole.
Well, and I like him attacking. If you know Hoggard's going to sit back in that 2-3 zone, don't let him set up. Get the ball and go attack it. Speed is your advantage. The more they just sit in that zone, the slower this game becomes. The half court, that's the style Hoggard wants this basketball game.
Cam Sidbury from way out, run down by McLaurin.
Looking to see what kind of different look Laney's going to show in this 2-3 zone. Good job there.
And that's McLaurin's first basket since early in the ball game.
You know, interesting matchup. You see Crenshaw and Blanks. They put Sidbury on Hedera, who's been their leading scorer.
And, you know, Sidbury athletically looks like an easy cover for Hedera, but Hedera's a crafty ball player.
Yeah, he's just a hard-nosed kid. I like the way he plays. You can just tell there's a confidence, there's a swagger to his game. I like to see that.
Rod Sidbury, a little out of control. My man, Mikhail Bellamy, calls the travel. Sidbury has to convert on the line. My man made the basketball team as a 6th grader.
Yeah, shout out to his father, Julian Williams. He was my JV basketball coach over at Ashley years ago.
Yeah,
First couple years.
Yeah, Mikkel made the team as a 6th grader at Myrtle Grove, and he got pretty decent time. He's not a bad little ball player for a young kid.
Love to see him come over here and give me a fist bump.
1 of 2 for Sherrod Sidbury.
Here comes the pressure here.
The trap's got to be there quicker.
There it is. Got a turnover.
That's got to be the first turnover off the press. And 1. Nope.
Needed that basket. That basket would get him right back into press.
It's goaltending.
Goaltending. They have what they want. That's Eric Davis style. Get pressure, get a quick basket, right back into turnover. Just couldn't convert that layup on the other end down there.
At the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter, we still have a 15-point ball game. Vikings still very much in control.
Yeah, I've got it 6-3 so far this quarter, Hoggard. You know, when Hoggard plays with a lead, they do a good job without a shot clock slowing the game. They have all the time in the world to run an offensive possession here.
Good look by Bryce Aarons. Coach Queen wanted that one on the sideline.
Attack.
Blanks picks up the quick 2 fouls. The 2nd team foul. Substitutes Trey Hauser in the ballgame. Josh Jones for the Vikings. Reese Edwards, Lawrence Newkirk for the Bucks. Reese hasn't been able to get off a shot. There's a foul underneath. 33. Actually, that was Josh Jones picking up his 3rd. The spacing, look at the spacing there. Oh. 3 players within about 15 feet of 10 feet of each other. That's a big shot by Sidbury. I mean, he needs that to start going in.
Yeah, good timeout. Good timeout. Got a shot there. Again, they got to get up tempo. They got to get some pressure. Again, you talk about the spacing. They really do got to space out there better. I like the Reese Edwards substitution to maybe get a shot. Him playing on that wing, standing there, isn't really doing it. I wouldn't mind seeing him rover that baseline a little bit.
Right,
shot.
And rub him off some screens.
Interesting to see the pressure they bring right here out of this timeout. See if Hoggard can handle it. You want to get the ball in Blank's hands, I think. Let's see how he handles this pressure here. Or Trey Hauser, I'm sorry.
Aarons will inbound.
Laney's really got the lineup on the floor for Hoggard to press. They don't have Blanks in right now. Not a lot of ball handlers on the floor for Hoggard right now.
Trap. Tyler Madlock gets it across the timeline. Trey Hauser sits back and waits for Coach Queen's call. Good curl cut by Hauser, or Aarons. Finds an open Matlock. Jackson Massey with a nice long rebound. Got to keep it alive by Matlock. Sidbury comes the other way. He doesn't have numbers, he forces it. And gets bailed out. Ball will stay possession for the Bucks. Jameer Shaw, Parker Nolan checking in. Coach Queen.
Good move. You got to get on the other side of Sidbury there. The guy's playing on the wrong side of him defensively. Easy inbounds, attack the basket.
That's Parker Nolan's second. That's the 15th foul on the Vikes.
Big foul shots here. He can make these. They'll give him that pressure again.
And we're back to the 12-point lead. You know, the magic number is trying to cut it to under 10. Sherrod Sidbury.
If he makes this one, they'll be right at 10.
Sidbury with 9, right there at his season average. Gorin backs his way in.
Good rebound. Laney needs to win this 240 in this third quarter. They need to finish this third quarter strong right here.
Take the air out of the ball a little bit. Nice pass, nice catch, finished by Jameer Shaw.
Hoggard got a basket they wanted there. Last 2 possessions, Hoggard's really missed some shots lately, but got an easy layup there. Good timeout.
And you know, key point, like I said, with the last 240, and that's a big, like a big basket there, because it kind of squirrels some of the momentum that Laney was starting to build.
Yeah, Coach Queen knows it over there. I think that's why he went in that timeout. He wants to control this 240. He knows how crucial it is for Laney. He got a basket, got a timeout. He just wants to settle his team down right here.
And Webb, I don't know how much you follow it, but Hoggard alum tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on Fox. Derek Brunson fights Brazilian Jacari with the potential, if he gets the win, he's possibly going to get a world title fight.
Derek Brunson, MMA, right?
Yes.
I believe he's got a gym open up now in Wilmington.
Yeah, there's a gym over on Wrightsville Avenue.
Big possession here by Laney. Hoggard staying in that 2-3 zone.
And there's Edwards on the baseline open.
Go up strong.
They get a good look, but
Got it right where they wanted it. Got McLaurin on the low post there. Made a strong move, just didn't finish. You know, Hoggard just needs to settle down here. They can hold the ball for this last minute 45 and get a good look if they wanted to. Good move by the young sophomore right there. Good balance. You don't see many sophomore kids with that balance of their body yet. That was a really good move by him.
and the carry called before the contact. Still pressured by the Buccaneers. With 1:30 to go, I believe this might be the possession you see them, unless the pace dictates, where they kind of take the air out and suck some of this clock. It's going to be hard to do because the Bucks are really extending their D. Shaw with another good look.
Gotta have that box out. Gotta have that box out on the rebound right there. Weak side rebound, just didn't box out.
Bryce Aarons now with 6. Nice steal by Trey Hauser. Blocked by Cameron Sidbury. Under a minute to play in the third. Cole McCarthy is going to check in. Jones on the spot. Coach Green's had a lot of success with various lineups as well.
Yeah, he's got some good players off that bench there. They play hard, they're executing what they're doing. Good move there by Bryce Aarons, transfer from West Brunswick senior.
Aarons with 8 now. The biggest lead of the night. Well, Hoggard successfully stopped Laney from getting any momentum and getting anything going on in that last 240 of the ball game, and now have a 17-point advantage.
Absolutely. Field goal percentage. Hoggard's winning that category right now. They're winning the turnover category. Laney's making some good moves. That's a good move by the young kid, McLaurin. He just can't get it to go. Got to finish around the rim.
Buccaneers pick up their fifth foul. Push off, offensive. That's Hauser's third. 16 foul. I correct myself before, that's only the third foul, the previous one on the Bucks. Josh Jones easily steps into the passing lane, gets a heave off. And Buccaneers go into the fourth, down by 17 points. Hoggard able to extend that lead by 5 points going from the halftime to the third quarter. We'll be right back after we thank these sponsors. Papa John's Pizza, ESPN Wilmington. We'll be right back.
Your company can join these local businesses in offering students with disabilities the much-needed experience to compete in today's job market.
To see the kids every day come in and certainly have a sense of accomplishment and get to do a job well done, it's very enriching to not only the kids but also to all of us around here.
For young people with disabilities, participating in mentoring programs, job shadowing, and internships are great ways to make them stand out among other job applicants.
I'd say it's kind of a win-win. I mean, not only are you doing the right thing for the community and these kids, but you're also allowing them to grow and get the skills necessary to be successful in the future.
Internships serve as skill-building tools for students to obtain vital career development. If your business would like more information on how it can benefit from adding a student intern from New Hanover County Schools to its roster, please contact the Special Education Department now at 254-4445.
They're doing a fantastic job and we couldn't be happier.
Fourth quarter coming at you from Michael Jordan Gymnasium. Hoggard Vikings looking to take a 2-1 season advantage against the Laney Bucks. And Adair has been quiet in that half, but they got big play by Cameron Blanks, big play by Bryce Aarons, big play by Jameer Shaw.
Yeah, I've got Hoggard winning that quarter 14-9. Got a couple of turnovers early. Interesting the lineup Laney has on the floor to start this fourth quarter here. Hoggard goes back to their lineup here. They've got Tootle, Sebastian Hedera back in the game here.
And McLaurin with the foul. Now, did they say his fourth or his third? I have it as his third.
I believe that is his third. Laney needs to stop. Got
Travel.
a turnover.
Tootle not protecting the basketball.
Laney's got to get something to get their energy up here. Got to get some life to him.
Newkirk a little out of control. Bryce Aarons picks up the foul. It's his third. Buccaneers in the bonus now. McLaurin to shoot two. McLaurin with 9 now. a little off his pace of a 16-point average. Hedera.
Good balance there, good footwork. Catching on his left foot, right into his shot. Didn't hesitate, knew what he was doing when he got the ball.
He's got 14 now. McLaurin, double figures with 11. And that's going to be a foul on Cole McCarthy.
Again, Hoggard up 16 here with about 6:45 to go. Really want to control the tempo of this game right now.
Yeah, and Laney wants to make sure that, Coach Davis wants to make sure his kids don't get too discouraged and start to get a little chippy. Lauren drives, bucket. Tootle with the foul. McLaurin with 13.
If he can make both these here, they'll cut it to 12 here. Let's see what he's got.
There's still plenty of time.
Oh, plenty of time. Plenty
Go
of
on
time.
a quick run.
One thing about an Eric Davis team, they can score in bunches with their pressure.
And get it to 10 by 4 with 4 minutes to go. There's the turnover. Move it. One more. Tough shot. Try to do a little too much. Aaron's with a good look. Nice rebound by Jackson Massey.
Got to rebound the ball.
Sebastian Hedera is fouled.
Can't stress enough the box out. You got to do little things well, especially if you want to get back in a basketball game.
Cole McCarthy on the foul. Hedera to shoot 2. Yeah, Webb, we have to pick the Webb and Don player of the game here. They don't win anything other than the recognition of being the Webb and Don player of the game. And right now, Sebastian Hedera may be the leader.
Yeah, he's done a good job of just getting them going early in the game, establishing them. The kids played hard. Let's see what happens in this last 6 minutes.
Hedera now with 16. Ball stays alive. Vikings get the good bounce.
Again, up by 15 with 5 minutes. Don't need to force anything here. I'd like to see one of their highest percentage guys get the ball.
And Hedera looked like he got Sidbury on the eye on the previous Laney possession. And Sidbury's struggling right now. The referee calls a time. Reese Edwards checks in.
I'd like to see a patient possession. Maybe Sebastian Hedera, Tyler Madlock, one of them getting this shot. They're the highest percentage shooters on the floor. Be patient.
And, yeah, Reese Edwards is going to have a tough time covering Cameron Blanks.
Watch a screen for the screener action here.
Good look. Halfway down. Coach Queen, he didn't want that shot.
No, he didn't. They could have been patient. And then you got your best shooter taking 2 threes. I mean, not a bad look. He's shooting about 32% from there. He's wide open. But again, they can take all the time in the world here. Won't be surprised to see a timeout by Brett Queen here soon. Got the foul. You can't fault Sebastian Adair for taking that. The kid's a gamer. He wants the ball in those moments.
Oh, yeah. He felt it. You know, he's in the moment. That was Arian Smith picking up the foul. The 16 foul. Kyrie Cobb.
It's a bad foul. 90 feet to the floor, and the bonus putting him at the foul line.
Yeah, that was the one that tipped him over to the 1-and-1. Matlock. McLaurin checking back in.
Matlock shooting 61% from the line from the year. Good job knocking that shot down.
And you know what? It's his first basket.
Is it really? I think he's averaging about 7 or 8 a game from them. I think he's
Yeah,
the
8
second
points a
leading
game.
scorer. But you know what? They've got such good early production from Hedera and Tootle to lead them.
And Matlock with 2. You know, in the previous game, you know, Matlock had 21 at Hoggard.
Yeah, he's probably their best inside out, as in he can score inside, he can shoot it outside. He's one of their bigs who can shoot the 3.
McLaurin. McLaurin now has his season average of 16. Timeout, Laney Bucks. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And unless the Bucks can make a run here in quick fashion.
Well, you're going to see pressure here. Hoggard's done a really good job. Blanks does a good job of catching that ball, seeing the floor, keeping his head up. He doesn't just put it on the floor when he catches it. That allows them to break that pressure very well.
You know, and with this 15-point lead, Coach Queen, you know, he's gonna limit possessions for Laney.
Yeah, Coach Queen's does a really good job of just managing the game well. He's a mastermind at finishing games.
And they come out in that man press.
I'd like to see the ball go to Hedera or Blanks here, one of them two to handle the ball.
Matlock versus Sidbury. And they pull it back out.
Yeah, get it back out. Be patient. 3:51 left. You're up 15. No need to hurry.
Nice look.
Good look. I really like that kid tonight. He's playing hard.
Jackson Massey with his first 2. Reese Edwards with his first shot. Cobb caught one in the grill when he fouled.
Really good job last possession of Hedera of just getting the ball to the elbow. When you attack the middle of the floor, good things open up.
Yeah, everybody collapses to the ball.
Absolutely.
He dumps it down. Jackson Massey with the easy one.
Good job keeping his head up.
The sophomore Hedera with some dimes and 16 points of his own. Bryce Aaron's on the free throw line. Knocks it home. And Bryce Aaron's contributing some big points tonight. Aaron's comes in averaging only 3 points per ball game. And right now he's got 9. This one will take him to double figures. Evan Manning checks in for Aarons. And back to a 19-point lead now. The largest lead of the ball game. Cobb. Nice board by Jackson Massey.
Good rebound. He went up and grabbed that ball with 2 hands.
You know, and the key to that was his positioning, and then he had a good wide base, and like you said, he ripped it with 2 hands.
Absolutely, 2 hands and 2 feet. How I've always coached it.
And he's on the sideline.
Again, another sophomore for them, Jackson Massey. Got some quality young sophomores on this team for Hoggard.
Edwards pump fake pull up off the side of the backboard. Adair comes the other way. Nice hang. Newkirk with 9. Kyrie Cobb. Second foul. Still in the 1-and-1. Matlock is he a 70% free throw shooter? Senior Matlock gets his 3rd point of the night. You know, for a quiet night for Matlock, he contributes in other areas. Plays good defense, pulls the board, handles the ball well.
Absolutely. Seeing these guys make some foul shots too in this second half, that's got to be good for Coach Queen to see when they've been shooting 52% from the year. Good confidence booster.
Not a bad way to go into the latter part of the Mid-Eastern Conference season. Massey fouls McLaurin. The Vikings have Topsail, or correction, just recently beat Topsail. They have Ashley on Tuesday night. And the Buccaneers will travel to Brogdon Hall, where we'll bring you Laney at New Hanover on Tuesday night. Girls game at 6 p.m. Boys game starting immediately after, around 7:30. McLaurin substitutes by Laney. McLaurin sets the shoot. And substitution entering the ball game. Number 32, Jesse Howard. Parker Nolan comes in for the Hoggard Vikings. When they send the quarterback long.
Good pass there, full court. Got an easy basket.
And Josh Jones, well above his season average of 2 points. He's got 6.
Hoggard's been in this 2-3 zone all night. Laney's just not found a lot of answers for it.
And a reach by Hedera.
One thing about that zone, Don, you got to shoot the ball to bring them out of it.
And if I don't have my stats on me, but I'd have to say that from the perimeter 15 feet out, Laney probably shot somewhere between 15 and 20%.
Oh, it's not good. I think I know I've seen 1-3 go in tonight. Just hadn't shot it to bring them out of it all night. Field goals and turnovers. 2 things I said was going to be the key to this game. Hoggard's won both those categories.
Entering the ball game, Danny Morrison, junior number 4. Tate Bagley as well. So Webb with 16 points. Can we say Sebastian Hedera will get the Webb and Don player of the game?
I would go Sebastian Hedera. He was a player for me tonight. I thought he established the tempo early. He shot the ball well, gave them really everything, made some good passes, really established the tempo for Hoggard tonight for them.
And came in with some key buckets that continued that double-digit lead for the Vikings. 67 seconds remaining. Coach Queen empties the bench. Deshaun Jones into the ball game. Zach Talmadge, number 35. Jones is 14.
Hoggard 6-2 in the conference, second behind Hanover. This will be a big win on the 4A side of them in this conference.
Yeah, they go 7-2 overall, 11-8. And you know, right now standings as of tonight, Hanover's up over at 9-0. Hoggard going 7-2. And Hoggard's got Hanover coming up in a couple weeks at Hoggard. And Hanover, you know, Laney, you never know. They might have a little comeback game and try to upset Hanover.
Yeah,
catch them on a bad night.
Both these teams on the 4A side can still be playoff teams. This definitely puts Hoggard in that one spot for the 4A. Sets them up really for a strong finish with about 6 games to go in conference.
Reed Edwards with a little pickpocket and the finish.
One thing I can say about Coach Queen is he always has his guys playing their best basketball towards the end of the year.
Certainly. And it's because of the program that he runs, you know, from off season all the way through.
Absolutely. I think Eric Davis is really going to build this Laney program. They're learning a new system. He's got some young guys. He's going to figure it out.
And he certainly will. There you have it, 56-40 behind 16 by Sebastian Hedera. A nice ball game by Bryce Aarons with 10. The Buccaneers fall here at home, and Hoggard takes a 2-1 lead versus the Bucks this season, and they go to 7-2. And Laney falls to 11-8, 4-5 in the conference. We're going to bring you more high school basketball on Tuesday night. Laney will travel to New Hanover. Brogdon Hall will have both the boys and the girls game. And then on February 8th, we'll have Hanover traveling to Sheila Bowles Gymnasium. Well, Webb, I really appreciate you coming out, and it was a great time. I loved your analysis, and I know that you have taken a little walk away from coaching for a little while. I'm sure this kind of like starts to ignite the fire a little bit.
Yeah, I love being in the gym. No better place on a Friday night, Don, to be. Love having you. Thanks for having me here. Miss it a lot. Great spending some time with the family right now. I've got a 3-year-old daughter, Bailey, who's my world, and my wife at home. So nice to spend some time with the family.
Yeah, and I'm glad you were able to get a little night off and come in and watch some round ball and talk some round ball with us. And I'm sure I'll see you out here again. And folks, thanks for watching. Again, Sebastian Hedera leads the Vikings to a 56-40 victory. We'll be back with more high school basketball on Tuesday, January 30th, live from Brogdon Hall. For Webb Guthrie, I'm Don Osterberg. We're going to thank some sponsors, and you have a good night. Tonight's broadcast is made possible with the support of Papa John's Pizza, better ingredients, better pizza, and ESPN Radio, AM 630 and 95.9 on the FM dial. Thanks for coming out. Join us next week, and good night.